Welcome to a server run and hosted by disabled content creators. This is SpoonieCraft. A link to everyone's channels will be down in the description, so be sure to subscribe. Our first session on the server, we did some mining, and I had my first death. Okay, so for our base, we're going to need to do a little bit of terraforming. So I'm down here doing a bunch of mining of stone. If I can get lots and lots of materials in order to build up some cliffs that I can put my base on top of. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut to where I'm showing you where we're gonna build my base. Okay, so here's the outside. It's right next to Space Pirate. Hello, Space Pirate, my new neighbor. And then it's also right next to Min's house, and I forgot exactly whose house is who. One of those is Kofi's, and one of those is David's, or Apteryx Drake, if you're wondering for the channel. So, basically what's going to happen, there's going to be a little path up this way, and it's not complete yet, that's why it's very bare bones right now. I'll go up here, and then the opposite side is going to have like a little cliff, and there's going to be a little tunnel going through there. And it's also going to go around to this little opening right here. There she is. Oh yeah, tend to that wheat field. Yeah, you go, D. You're the best. You're so cool. Oh yeah. Plant those beets. Hi.
It's a cherry.
It's a D.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. I was trying so hard not to just to hold in my laugh. Just try to stay quiet.
Hello.
Hello.
Cherry. Come here.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I'll show you my favorite thing that I put in like all my houses now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa. What? You put your boots up. You put your shoes up.
Yup.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you need some help building houses?
I do. Or well, I'm gonna do the gradient of the cliff, and then the plan is to do the actual house tomorrow. But that should be easier. So satisfying.
It is. I don't want to do something that doesn't go with your style, basically.
Well, luckily for you, I don't think I have a style, so I think we'll just go off your style. How does that sound?
Okay.
Thinking about cutting out the bricks, just having it go like this.
Yeah, I think that might be better.
100%, yeah.
The bricks look very structured. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Okay, this looks nice. I like it.
I like that. It's a lot harder on the organic terrain. But basically just like starting with your patch, but basically just blurring the lines between the rest of the shading. I feel like that was not a good explanation.
You know, I am a bit confused, but I'll work with it.
Like, here, I'm like looking at this spot where I feel like it would be a good spot for moss, right? To come up a little bit. And the moss, I think, can be a little bit more of a defined boundary between the moss and like the mossy cobble. But then, let's see. if you start like placing your tuff, you don't want it to just go straight from cobblestone to tuff. You want to like mix them around each other a little bit.
Yes.
So like putting a little bit more cobblestone on the close edge of the tuff and mixing the tuff a little back into the cobblestone, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make more sense?
Yes. Very much so. Okay. Do understand.
Okay,
I do.
cool.
I do. I'm also going to organize my inventory a little bit. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so it's been quite a bit of a while since I recorded those last few clips. It's been at least a month. So I'm slacking just a little bit in time. I wanted to thank Dee and Warped for helping me make all this come together for my base. And also, apologies for it being so, like, skippy around, because it, like, would jump from, like, this part to this part. This video is just, it's not gonna have a lot of flow. But I did want to show you kind of what the base looks like, so we're gonna go in free cam. Whoa, this is fast. So, yeah, me and Dee, we textured all this. Looks great. I still gotta build, like, the bridge here and, like, work on making the top of this like look nice as well, but I think I'm gonna get that on like a later episode. There's also a little bridge here, and I wanted to show you this perspective right here. Looks really cool, and I think it like frames really well. We're gonna go back, and I think what I'm gonna do is do a bunch of farming, because I feel like I just want to get back into making farms. We're gonna do a big wheat field, and I think I want to do it like over that way. Which I probably also have to like chop down some trees. So let me get a axe. Probably won't be the most efficient tree chopping video, but that's okay. And I should also get a bucket. I'm gonna empty my inventory. I think what I want to talk about today is going to be like, what did I say? I want to talk about the difference of borderline personality disorder and bipolar. Because those ones, they get like really confused like a lot of the times. So that would be one big thing I'd really love to go over. Let's go ahead and get a bucket. Maybe we should get 2 buckets, actually. Yeah, that would be smart. So I have borderline personality disorder. At least I was diagnosed with a personality disorder. I'm pretty sure that's the one that like most fits what's like kind of happening. Go ahead and do that. I'll get to chopping these trees down. Do I have a boat? Might as well make a boat. So one of the big differences with borderline and bipolar is gonna be when the overexcitedness like kind of occurs. For bipolar, it's called mania. But for borderline, it's more related to like mood swings, which are based on like external factors such as it gets stuck in the thing. So it's gonna be like external factors that make you feel a certain way. So if I feel sad, it's because there was something that happened during the day that made me feel sad. So say like if a dog dies, obviously you're gonna feel sad about that. But thing with borderline personality disorder is that sometimes like emotions can be like way over like the top, because like your emotional reasoning is down. So it's harder to like think about like how a kid would get upset over like, you know, another kid like taking their toy or something. Like as an adult, you know, like that's not like the biggest deal. But yeah, for borderline personality disorder, it's like very easy to get like emotional over very minute kind of things. And this isn't to say that you should simply just like overturn someone's feelings, like, oh, you're just irrational thinking right now. That's definitely one way to cope, but you should never like disregard someone's feelings just because of a disorder or something. Like their feelings are always still real. So with bipolar disorder, that's one I don't have personally. When they go into a mania state, it's more, I've heard it can be like sleep related. It can also be like hormone based. I should probably eat. I'd like to get a texture pack that is makes my hunger bar look like a bobas or like a bubble tea. I think that'd be really cute, so I think I want to do that in the future. But anyway. So bipolar, it's much less like circumstance-based as compared to borderline personality disorder. And I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist, so maybe if like somebody says differently, you can listen to them. And you can have a combination of two. For me, that's not the case. For bipolar disorder, one of the very strong characteristics, at least for like bipolar 1, is that like you can spend a long time, or like for like the state of mania, like hypermania, it would be like you wouldn't need to like sleep as much, or there can be states. So for example, for somebody who has borderline personality disorder, if they per se were to like focus on something or get really, really excited and stay up the whole night, they would be so tired in the morning. Whereas for bipolar disorder, they have their energy like still, surprisingly. You're like, whoa, how are you doing this? It's like magic. Birch tree the long way. I like whoever put the sign here. But it's like, oh, magical how they they maintain their energy. Let's go ahead and sleep. So you can have like barely any sleep or like way less than like the average person and still feel like fine and energized the next morning. I know for just like normal people, or like not normal is setting on the washing machine. I know for like other individuals, including people with just borderline personality disorder, this very much is not the case. So like, for example, if I tried to like stay up all night, even if I was like super excited, or say my ADHD got like hyper focused on something where I was like, oh, I need to get this done, or I need to make this like look really cool or something. If that were to happen, I personally wouldn't. I would feel it the next day. There's no doubt I would be feeling it the next day. So that's I want to say that is like one of the big differences in borderline versus bipolar disorder, and it's very confusing because they kind of like sound similar. Borderline's like, oh, it's on the edge of like being this or this personality, where bipolar is like this way or the opposite way, and they're not always, I wouldn't say either of them are like the best at explaining like what the case is for whatever it is. I know for borderline personality disorder, that's a personality disorder. Those are defined in like 3 clusters. So there's like cluster A, cluster B, which borderline is part of cluster B, and then there's also cluster C, which I think I forget the exact wording for it. I know cluster A is like the I don't have the best words for it. It's like similar to like, I don't want to say delusional. It's not quite that. There's a better word for it. I'll put it on screen. Or I'll just put the chart on screen. Cluster B is going to be your dramatic personality, so this can be NPD. I think antisocial personality disorder is also on there. And I know there's one. Oh, histrionic personality disorder. I'm going into the other lane of trees. Let me focus on this lane. But I know for that, those are all cluster B, so they're the dramatic personality disorders. And then you have cluster C, which is like, I think it's anxious. I don't know as much about the other personality like clusters as much as I do about like cluster B, because that's like, you know, what I've been like really interested in and I find most interesting to like research and stuff. So there's all that. This is a really big tree. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and chop that down. Perfect. Oh, there's one here too. All these logs be logging. What are they doing? Oh, nice. We have a resource pack. Resource pack? Data pack. Data pack. Yes, we have a data pack on the server. I think it's a data pack. I believe it's called a data pack. But anyway, we have that on the server where it like quickly gets rid of the leaves, so we don't have to wait forever for them to like fall. I find that super helpful. I'm trying to remember what else I was trying to talk about. None of these personalities are like specifically dangerous. Anybody from like, you don't even have to have a personality disorder to be like an abusive person. I know for cluster B it's like stereotypical that, oh, these are the dangerous personalities, which is meh, you know, like there can be like mean people out there. I always try to do I always try to do my best to like be nice and all that, so all that. So it's just important to take everything into perspective. Nothing is necessarily black and white, and that's one of the big struggles with having borderline personality disorder is everything seems like it's black and white. Whereas like you look at a person, you're like, oh, they did something mean, so therefore they are a mean person, and I don't want them in my life anymore, so I will push them away. Which has affected a lot of relationships of mine. I feel really bad for some friends, but at the same time, in a way, I'm protecting myself. So it comes with pros and cons. I have gotten out of like a lot of bad relationships due to pushing people away, although I've also like hurt feelings before, which is I feel bad about. And I have interacted with like a few people, well, just one person really, that I was talking to with bipolar disorder. And I thought it was so interesting that we had such like dark differences in like how we acted just in the moment. And they were in a very manic state, and I was trying to help them out just to be a friend and stuff. But it was also like kind of triggering because I couldn't quite deal with somebody else's personality that was like all over the place. It was also like, hey, it was like triggering how I was like viewing them. And there's this whole thing with borderline personality disorder where it's like in the way of identity, you can it's very unstable, I would say. So some days I will have like great personality, and I'm medicated now, but back then it was like, oh, I feel like a god and I can I'm better than everyone else. Once again, those states of like being in that emotional kind of high never really got to, or it never really had a case of like, oh, I can stay up all night and then not feel it in the morning. It was always simply like, oh, I feel great and everything's awesome, and everybody else sucks. Which is it's really funny to view it like from an outside perspective, like after the fact. Like in the same moment, I'm also feeling like super anxious because like what is going on. But you know, it's definitely one of those things. I want to say borderline personality disorder can be a disability at times. Sometimes it's not horrible at all. But sometimes something really, really small happens and it's like the end of the world. Not actually. Everything's like the world is still there and it's, you know, still thriving, but it's really hard to remember in like some moments because sometimes in the past, like I didn't even want to get up out of bed. Recently, I went to inpatient therapy, or a mental health hospital, which was great. I have to say the beds were not comfortable, and they did have to draw my blood, which I did not love. And I did start passing out the second time they tried to draw my blood. But eventually, I got it over with. Accidentally punched myself in the eye, which was really funny. So I'd like, my eye was like red in like one area. I was like, oh goodness, that's so scary. My mom came to check on me one day, after the hospital, or like at the hospital there, which I think was only my second day. I think I literally went home the day of because I was a voluntary, submission kind of situation. Helped a lot with like, well, I always had a goal like every day. But like for the longest time, I was just going up and down, up and down, up and down based on like whatever happened during the day. It's like, oh, my favorite person like sent me a message. This is so awesome. Or like they sent like something where it's like, you know, meh or whatever. And it's like, this means I'm the worst person in the world. So therefore, be like better if I wasn't here, and that's not the case. That's never the case. The world is always greater with the people that are already in it. It's awesome having everyone here, and you should never feel, nobody should ever make you feel like you don't deserve like happiness of any sort. But yeah, I was simply just having like days of up and down, up and down. I was like, oh, this is the best. I'm amazing. I'm better than everyone. And then the days after was like, I don't know why I'm here. I feel like a burden. Things are really tough. Basically all that. I don't want to go into too many details because kind of like I want to stay with my audience a little bit. I also don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. So that's another thing. These trees are taking so long to chop down. Why did I plant so many? At least we're almost done. Oh, there's some leaves up here. Okay, maybe I'll... Ah, there we go. I think I can... There we go. Okay, that is so much easier. Okay, perfect. Hopefully in the future, I'll have, like, a better grasp of how to do commentary videos. This probably isn't the best one. Well, it definitely isn't the best one. But I saw Kofi's video and I was like, okay, maybe I'll also like make commentary videos just to end the rest of this. But yeah, it's nice now that there's other people out there. I met someone in the mental health hospital that also had borderline personality disorder. I even met someone at like a previous job that was struggling with the same things that I was. And there is also like a whole community on like Reddit, so I talk to them sometimes, or I like look through the Reddit, see how like other people handle stuff. There's also a Reddit that's like strongly against like people with BPD, or borderline personality disorder, which is like dating BPD or whatever, which seems really like you look into the Reddit there, and it's like, oh gosh, these people don't understand borderline personality disorder at all, because they're talking about, oh, this person had really wacky emotions around me and they just had no control. But at the same time, emotions, regardless, or in the borderline personality disorder, are always caused by some sort of stimulus. So it likely kind of pointed to the fact that like a lot of these people were possibly like abusing their partners, which was, I don't know, it seems kind of scummy. I know a lot of them probably like don't mean to, or it's like, oh, I didn't know I was doing that or something, but gotta remember, if you are in a bad situation, obviously get yourself out, but like can't be treating others meanly. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of not bias, what's the word? Stereotypes within the cluster B's personalities. I don't think I'm even gonna get to farming today, or I might like farm off camera. Oh, well, okay, we're almost there. There's a crazy mountain over there. Look at the cow. he just, oh, he's stuck there, I guess. Yeah, that's not too bad of a drop. He might survive that. Am I gonna help him out? No, but follow my axe. I think I'm gonna end the video here, because I feel like I talked about a lot, and I might go into more stuff and like more detail in the future. Let me go ahead and pick up all these saplings, and we'll also eat some food. But yeah, so that's kind of one of the things that affect my life in like a great amount. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in more episodes on the SpoonieCraft server. Even if they aren't mine, you should go check out everybody else's channels too. So that'll be awesome. And remember, life's just about cherries. Goodbye.